Hello everyone. Today I'm kind of in the mood to still paint. I just finished painting this lovely layout, and sometimes when I paint something and I'm like, whoa, I love it, I kind of want to keep on painting. And so I've got a palette here from Masha's Watercolors, very beautiful, and I thought I'd still kind of play in these Oceans Papers colors, and maybe we could pick out a limited color palette. I'm going to flank it next to this handmade paper that's got browns and grays and creams in it. And so I'm almost thinking, do we want to do browns and grays and creams, or do we want to go more reds, maybe blues and greens? I think however we go, it's going to be okay. But I'm kind of looking here in the colors that I painted on a piece of paper, and I really kind of like this foliage, and these come out. I'm kind of wanting to maybe pull it out. This whole thing comes out, but I had to put a piece of ribbon in here so I could even do that, and then the individual squares kind of come out. But I may need to get a palette knife. I just want a few colors. And then they do have the color written on the side, so we don't forget what that is. I'm kind of thinking foliage, maybe shadow green, and maybe do greens to go in with this brown. So maybe a brown like raw umber. Yeah, I'm glad they're written on the side, because there's no way that these would get back where they need to go. And then if there's another color, we may pull something else in there in a bit. I don't know. Let's see. Let's start with that. And the reason why I wanted to, hope I don't knock that on the floor. The reason why I kind of want to do this here on like with a little color palette, because maybe I want to mix some of these together possibly. Or maybe not. And I'm kind of thinking, what if we just do like random circles or bubbles, or something that will kind of let me make a few shapes, and then maybe lines and some mark making. That's kind of where I'm going. So we'll just see where we end up. So I'm just going to get some of this color out here and get started. And I'm kind of thinking, you know, circles. They don't have to be perfect, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of freehand them. And this paper is different than that other page. I think this is the book where I took like multiple pads of papers and just started flanking them in there. This one feels like an Arches paper. So I do like the way it feels, and I'm glad that I tried different papers in this book compared to some of the other ones, because in some of them I used all cotty paper, that's fine paper, but it's not my favorite. It's weird. You got to get used to it. It might do what you want and it might not. Okay, and I'm no rhyme or reason here. I'm just kind of thinking different shapes, or maybe all the same size if from the way it looks like I'm going. But I'm just kind of, I do want them to be different size. So let me get a little better here with these smaller ones. We'll get a piece of tissue so I can make some pattern and soak a little water. And I just want something fun and kind of organic-y on this page, something different, a little more mindful than the abstracts I enjoy doing. what other color can I put with this? I'm kind of feeling like a blue. Like, how about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? How about Midnight Lagoon? Oh yeah, definitely glad that these are written on the side of here. And get a little more teal. Kind of go in there maybe. Yeah. Okay, this is super fun. I'm gonna go ahead and clap that page down. I feel like I need to let that dry, and then if we do some doodling and mark making in there, then we'll end up with something super fun and totally different than I've ever gone before or even was thinking. Actually, it's kind of what I was thinking, but kind of wasn't, but it's kind of where I wanted to go. So let's let this dry, and then I'll be right back. All right. A couple of these are still wet because I made like a bubble of color, so it'd be really deep dark color, but the rest of it's dry. So I think what I'm gonna do is do some drawing and try my best not to smear those ones that aren't dry. Famous last words, right? And I feel like what I want to do is knocking stuff over here. I feel like what I want to do is some maybe some Posca in little lines, maybe some white. So I got a white here, and maybe we'll do some gold. So I'm going to pull out my Zig marker that matches my gold Kuretake ink because it's easier. I might pull out the ink though. I got it sitting here ready, and I'm kind of thinking that we could just do some doodles and mark making and just see where we get here. And I feel like I want a few like maybe black circles that are kind of making these like I don't know, let's see. Like just really outlining a couple, making them stand out in different ways. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Maybe some black lines here. And what we could do, because, you know, I've got it where we can see some granulation in these. Like these colors have granulated really beautifully. I don't know if you can see all that lovely granulation in there. But that gives us some really nice places to do marks and just kind of do some different things in that granulation. So we don't have to cover like the whole thing, like we have some visual start and stoppers there. It's a start and finish spot that we can use. So I kind of like that. And I'm just looking around this little set of duo that we kind of mixed in there with the blue and the green. Like, look how beautiful that turned out. I mean, it is gorgeous. Now I wish there was more of that one spread around. Okay, so let's go down here to this one. All right, maybe, let's see. Maybe I'll do like some little tiny circles. Oh, yeah. So again, this is, I'm thinking in my mind, another kind of sampler where we can do dots and lines and dashes and circles and squares and whatever it is that mark making that you have found and collected, and you know that you like, that we could use this as a little sampler, just like that square, but different shape and different kind of configuration, just to add interest and fun little doodles mostly. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe over here, try not to touch those two. That's not big enough. Let's get a big white one. And I'm going to get it started. Maybe what I want to do here is just kind of get us some dots there in that granulation part. Doing some fun tricks. I like watercolors that do tricks. I tell my little puppies they're little trick dogs because I get them to like sit and stay and speak and do some fun little tricks when we're going to bed. They do little night tricks. They are so funny with their little tricks. Okay, let's do some lines in the gold. And I'm just kind of following along this lighter patch, stopping at the darker patch, so it's kind of got like its own start-stop spot. Yeah, my doggies, they're very treat oriented. We like cookies in my house, me included. It's like, give me some cookies too. So we do little tricks. They're so good. Ooh, I like that. I like it. Now I'm almost kind of thinking that I could do a little pattern in these. Lovely. See, and I don't know that one, oh yeah, it's kind of dry. Okay. I was just kind of tapping it, getting that gold sucked down a little further. And what if, I'm kind of wondering, should I do this with a paintbrush? I want some little maybe gold dots in here. Paintbrush might be bigger than these little tiny dots. I got a little tiny paintbrush. I'm kind of thinking in here could, this is just a little tiny brush. What is this? This is just a Princeton Select Flat Shader number 2, so it's just a little tiny brush. And I'm kind of thinking great big little dots basically that will show up in the shine of the light. That's what I want. See, and then I could do a few bigger ones coming out here, because why not? Why not? Yeah, this is a good sized brush to do this with. I like it. Let's do some coming out here a little bigger. Now I need something kind of in here. Maybe, let's see what markers do we got? Let's see here. So maybe I'll pull out these little Artex acrylic markers, because these have some fun colors in it. I don't know if that's going to be the right color or not. Let's see. Marked it on another little piece of paper there. Maybe this pretty blue. Number 69. So I'm kind of feeling like we could have some marks in here. I could have done that with the watercolor. That would have been a good choice. But it's kind of fun to have different materials. It's different thicknesses, it's different opacities. So I do kind of like that. Maybe I'd like this with some little dots in here. So it's different, but I've kind of pulled that color in again. Okay, I'm loving that. Alright, this is looking pretty awesome. Kind of wondering, do we need anything else? Like maybe I've got dots here, but could we use some little, maybe some dots, maybe some lines just there on the edge, kind of coming out from the dot, not quite touching the dot. Yeah. Just very slight. Let me get some more paint coming out of this pen. Ooh, I like it. Ooh, maybe we can do that over here too, because I do like that. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think I'm there for today. That's kind of where I wanted to go. Just a lovely little organic circle doodle watercolor. Test out some of these colors from Ocean Paper. So those were actually some really nice ones. Midnight Lagoon, Foliage, Raw Umber, and Shadow Green. That was a pretty set for testing these out. I'm determined now, you know, because those are a little higher on the budget price point than normal watercolors, or maybe not, but there's such a large set that it's a little higher up there. But it's kind of fun now that I've decided to let's play in these and test them out and see what they do, because they're rather lovely. Like, these are really lovely. Hope you had fun painting with me today, and I'll see you guys next time.